Hi, this is Dr. Sue Cornbluth, nationally recognized parenting expert in high conflict divorce and parent alienation. So happy you're joining me for another video on how you can move forward and reunite with your alienated child. Today's topic is on split loyalty. Split loyalty is when a child is required to show loyalty to one parent at the cost of betraying the other parent. If you are a targeted parent, I wouldn't be surprised if you are experiencing this right now. I want to begin the video by talking to you about how this split loyalty occurs, and then I want to give you my breakthrough techniques on how you can manage this. First of all, the alienator, who is usually your ex, gets power and a sense of self-satisfaction by putting conditions on your children. This is called conditional love. When you put conditional love on a child, they are given requirements by the alienator to act in a certain way. And if the child does not act towards the alienator in the way that the alienator wants, the alienator will reject the child or withdraw their love from the child. No child wants to feel rejected by their parent. So the child pleases the alienator as much as they can in order to get that love from the alienator. But putting these conditions on your children equals one thing, and that's control. Because truthfully, your alienator is afraid. They are afraid that the children will want to go back and live with you. So they put this hold on them and guilt them into being with them. Now these conditions, or conditional love, that is put on your child causes a lot of different emotional reactions within your children. One of the main conditions it causes is fear. The fear in your child is that if they do not give the alienator what they want, which is betraying you, the alienator will not want them. And that is very scary. I mean, imagine if you're a 13 or 14-year-old or a 10 or a 9-year-old and your parent says to you, if you don't do this, I'm not going to love you anymore. That is very difficult to manage. Second of all, your alienator, who is alienating your children, is creating a dysfunctional loyalty with your child. But even though it's a dysfunctional loyalty, it is still a quality relationships. Relationships can still be toxic and you participate in them. That's what your child is doing as well, because again, they are afraid that the love will be withdrawn. But even more upsetting than this is that conditional love creates in your child a diminished sense of self, meaning that your child's ability to choose freely and make their own decisions is compromised because they are fused with the alienator. Their thoughts become the alienator's thoughts. The alienator's truth becomes your child's truth. Now you would think if this was going on, your child couldn't take it, they would want to come be with you. But the problem there is that they are so afraid of leaving the alienator because they're under their control that they will not come over to you and start a relationship with you. So if a child is placed under a great deal of requirements and conditions, there is something that you can do to break through to this. And I have done it with many of my clients and it has worked. You need to provide your child with the opposite of conditional love. You need to create a way of showing them unconditional love and acceptance, meaning you need to open up and let them know that you love them freely without any conditions. So I know for many targeted parents that one thing that really bothers them, as it should, is that a lot of times your kids will send you horrible text messages and emails saying how much they hate you, they don't want to be with you. They're only doing that because of the alienator's conditions on them and the fear that the alienator will not love them anymore. I am asking you right now to forget what your child is texting you. I know it hurts, but your goal here is to get some kind of connection back with your child. So let go of the fact that they are being disrespectful to you. You can deal with that later on once you have some kind of connection with them again. And most times after a healthy connection is reestablished, all of the disrespect your child is showing you will dissolve. I also want you to do this as well. I want you to accept your children back into your life on their terms, not your terms. This is crucial. And I suggest that you reach out to your child if you are able to, through texting or through email. And you say to them, I know that things have been really difficult between the two of us, but I am asking you to let me know the terms that you are willing to put out to me so that we can reconnect again. And I want this reunification to be on your terms, not my terms. In that way, you're giving the child some sense of control. Because living with the alienator or being with the alienator, these children feel powerless. So it's your role as the targeted parent who is giving this unconditional love and acceptance to help them to come back to you on their terms and give them some sense of control. I also want you to let them know that you don't want anything from them. There are no conditions here. I just want to spend time with you. And also I would suggest not bringing up the past in the beginning as well, because a lot of alienated kids think that once they come back to you, all you're going to talk about is what happened in the past. Also remember that their story is the same as the alienator's story. Their perception of what has happened between you and the alienator is the alienator's perception, not yours, but their perception is their reality. So you have to approach their reality and validate some of their reality, even though it is different from your reality, because you have a different perception of what is going on. But they are not interested in your perception. They are interested in their perception. Also, please remember this. You need to accept them back into your life without judgment. Kids that are alienated have a vulnerable sense of security, and what they need more than anything is acceptance from you, not criticism and not judgment. Remember, your role is to give unconditional love, not conditional love.